Ryan Gary.
Dan, I'm so embarrassed. My fly's been down this whole time.
Ryan Gary's muted. I'm not.
Sorry. I was saying I'm so embarrassed. My fly was down the first 30 minutes of the
Oh,
stream.
it's all good. Hey, I'm just opening up the world for your pleasure, and then I'm gonna take 2 minutes and we'll be ready to go.
Yeah. No.
The wor-
I think he's gone. But I don't want to talk about what I was going to talk about because his chat is like family friendly. But I wanted to bring up a story from my past. You know the first time I ever bought prophylactics in my entire life? I bought flavored condoms. What the hell was I thinking, man? Taking myself back to that era of my life, I was like, I really walked into the pharmacy and said, give me the fucking... give me the effing Durex variety pack. Like, what was the purpose of these? What flavor were they? I mean, it was a 24 pack, so I think it had like six quantity of 4 different flavors. There was definitely like a red one. I think an orange one. I don't remember.
Yo, Ryan, can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up?
Okay, so you can't hear my game anymore, but chat heard everything. Give me like 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
No problem. But like, I listen, I know why they sell them. All I'm going to say is I don't know why they're so easily accessible. Like, that should be something you have to buy on the internet just because it's like a niche product. That shouldn't be something that like they can trick an 18-year-old into buying because they don't know what they're doing. It just happens to be next to all the other normal brands at the pharmacy.
Wait, so when I was leaving for a minute and I heard your conversation you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I do feel like you're a good sport last why are we at Stormville? Oh, this is the cell. I feel like you're a good sport last week, but don't take this the wrong way. I didn't take you as like a ladies man. I thought you struggled in that department pre-K.
I think that's maybe not pre-K, but pre-K7 for sure. But like
I said pre-Kate.
Yeah,
pre-Kate.
I know.
Okay,
I know. It's a I
I don't know. But so like, what are you doing buying that stuff if you're having issues in that apartment?
Well, A, you want to be prepared, and B, if anything, I would say that my choice of prophylactic indicated that I was not experienced in that domain.
Was it like a dare or something? Like someone dared you to go buy
something? It wasn't a dare. There was I wanted to be prepared. The opportunity was there, and I wanted to make sure I was ready to go, man.
But how did you know the opportunity was there?
How does anybody know the opportunity is there? It's vibes. It's hints and inferences. It's context and situations. It's a furtive glance exchanged, across the room.
You just straight up asked. I could see you just straight up asking.
It wasn't like that. It was hints and allegations, spinning in infinity. I don't want to be too explicit about it.
Why in chat if you think Ryan asked, and if no?
First off, what's wrong with asking?
Nothing.
And secondly, it wasn't like that. I'm more confused about why you don't believe me. You have your preconceived notion of me, and that's fine. The plug weird, but he chill though. There's lots of girls that are weird but chill too.
Are there?
Yeah, probably.
Not according to Twitch chat. Whenever they see an anime girl on the screen,
they're probably like at the library or something. Or
I don't know. I think I would probably have to guess Twitch. The creation of Twitch has probably helped more my mans than not.
What do you mean
by
that?
Twitch, the invention of Twitch, probably it's like one of those things that happens in history and has like a butterfly effect in a different way, unintended. I feel like Twitch has probably like created more relationships than they ever intended to. Like people meeting in your chat right now.
I feel like you've said one of the most insane, indefensible statements that I've ever heard.
I'm saying Twitch was created, and a byproduct of the creation was people meeting and getting married in relationships that would never have ever been before, and probably to a higher extent than Twitch intended.
Yeah, but did it really create new relationships, or did it just siphon off some of the marriages that would have happened like through Final Fantasy 14 instead?
Bro, do you really think searching for my anime waifu 5779 in your chat was gonna find someone outside of an obscure joke that you made and 2 people plus 2'd you, and you're like, the other person saw their name and like, oh, she laughed too, maybe I got a chance?
I don't know, man. It's just too far for me. It's too far.
All right, don't die.
But I will say, for anybody out there watching, don't buy the flavored ones. You don't need them. If you think about it for 5 seconds, you'll realize it doesn't make any sense. I'm not saying there's not fringe cases where maybe there's some relevancy. I'm just saying it's not worth the surcharge. Just get the normal ones. You'll be okay. Unless they started making ones where it was like those Harry Potter jelly beans, where like some of them taste like, you know, angel farts and some of them taste like toxic waste.
Oh, it's all you, brother. Come on. The perfect bookend.
Hang on here. What is this one? He shoots fireballs? No! Hang on, I need to urgently heal.
Nice.
1 second, I just gotta urgently heal real quick.
She's pulling up in the minivan. Is she gonna screech away, or is she gonna open the door and say, hop on in, Ryan? The side door is opening.
I don't want to be here. Bro, you need to fight in like a flatter arena, dude.
The Voyager door slides open. She gives you the glancing look. Time freezes, like you're in the Matrix, before she utters the words.
Ooh. It's crazy how much muscle memory I still have towards this guy. That's how you know the game's good, man. Keeping it real never goes out of style.
First syllable. She says to you, I'm glad you got the flavored ones. End scene. Oh, nice clutch up.
This guy, he's nothing, bro. He's nothing.
For me, I don't think I had any bad X stories. I think Ryan's X story, I never heard it in that much of a detail. It was my first time hearing it on his stream when Dan asked. I was like, man, that's crazy. How he had a crush on this girl for his whole high school, and then he gets to date the girl, but then instead of like, oh my gosh, I like this girl, he went like, man, I want to go and play Smash with my bros. So he just like didn't care about breaking up. I thought that was kind of on character, I guess. Had a crush on that girl for like 4 years, doesn't matter, gotta go play Smash with my bros. I know I asked, not about that girl, but I asked like, who was the last one that you dated? And then he said after he came back from Korea, you know, he was lonely, and he didn't know where to find a girl, so he asked a cashier out, and I think she said no. He said that was it. And I was like, oh, I can like already picture it. Like he would have probably like started with some joke to enlighten the mood, and then he goes like, hey, you wanna like hang out? And she goes like, no. And he was like, all right then, bye. And then he said he never went back to the supermarket, which is, oh man, bro, rolling a 0. But I thought that was hilarious though. Cause I can picture how he would go about it, you know, like, hey, I've been seeing you working tight shifts. Must be tense, huh? And then she goes like, yeah. And he goes like, oh well, you know, like there's like a new bar open. Have you been there? And probably she goes like, no. I was like, oh, you wanna go out after you're all done work with me and, you know, try some new drinks? And she probably says no. And he goes, all right, bye. Oh, I know I witnessed when Mouth was single. I feel like as though for Mouth, he just throws shots, you know what I mean? Like he knows that they will say no, but that does not stop him from asking people out. So like we were in Kingston, all three of us. It was winter time. It was very cold, and we had a few drinks, and then like I wanted to go back home, right? Because it was cold. Like it's so cold in Kingston during winter time. So I wanted to go back, but then Mouth was like, "Nah, dude, we have to go McDonald's." And I said, "Why? I don't want McDonald's." And he said, "No, we have to get McDonald's." And I was pretty not happy about it, but I said, "Okay." So we walked to the McDonald's, and then there was a, like, I don't know, girl behind the counter. I ordered what I probably didn't order anything. Maybe Ryan. I don't think Ryan ordered anything either. But then like Mouth was, he got the Riz. He was like, oh, you know, it was so funny though. He said, "Oh, it's my first time here. Is there any menu item that you would like to recommend?" And then she said, "I like apple pie." And then but then like the way she responded was like, you know, the like rolling her eyes. She hates herself. She hates this job, and she's like, "I guess I like apple pie kind of thing, you know." And like just from miles, I can see like this is not gonna go well. And he goes like, "Oh, apple pie! Wow, this restaurant is amazing. You guys sell apple pie?" And like he was trying to talk up how amazing apple pies are. And she's like, so are you gonna order it?" And then he's like, "Yeah, I would love to order this apple pie. It's your favorite, right?" And she's like, yeah. And then he goes, "Oh, so like when do you finish work today?" And I think she said never. And then he got the apple pie, and then we walked out. Oh, oh man. This is so good. And then I think so like we went out with the apple pie in his hand, right? And then it was so cold in Kingston, and like the road was all frozen. So even before he was able to take a bite of apple pie, he slipped and fell in front of the McDonald's, and the apple pie flew and landed on the ground. And then I said, "Oh no, your apple pie!" And then he's like, "It's okay. I don't want to eat it. I just went there because she was cute." And I was angry because I was like, "Did I really have to follow you to this?" Oh, I don't know if any of them remember because, you know, they were pretty drunk, but I was like, I was, right now it's funny, back then it was not funny. I was pissed because it's so cold. It was so cold. I just wanted to go back home. But I guess he needed his wingman, except we were not. We were tired and we wanted to go back home. I guess he needed like Ryan and me to be his wingman and be like, "Yeah, this guy's a good guy" or something. Insane Gambit. I guess if she found it funny and be like, haha, this guy's funny, there's no way he never came to McDonald's, then I guess, I guess I can kind of see the game plan. Except I also saw her facial expression, which was saying -2. I'm gonna use that line next time I go. No! Why would you use that line when I just told you it did not work? He was so close to closing the deal. In what part of this story was he close? He didn't even get to eat the apple pie. And she says she works there forever. She never finished work. How is that close? This is so crazy. It didn't work this time? Are you saying, oh my gosh, just why don't you take a samples of things that worked and not samples of things that did not work? Try the things that worked and don't try the things that did not work. We're conducting science. Well, talking about mouth, there's another great story. We went to one of like very early on, like this was 12 years ago. I was 20 years old. We went to one of like the media party. And back then, 12 years ago, they didn't give you like a coupon for a free drink. They gave you a card with number 1 to 20 written on this like a stamp card thing. So they were basically saying you can have up to 20 free alcoholic beverage for free. So you can understand how young Ryan and young Mouth went crazy for it. And it wasn't like, it doesn't have, like the person's name or anything, so anyone can give the drink card to anybody once they're done. And I brought my 3DS. After a few drinks, I was like, I'm just gonna sit here and play 3DS. And then, me and Ryan were watching Mouth. We were pretty, like, we didn't do anything, but Mouth, oh boy, it is the era of, it was pre-era of Riz, but it looked like he was Gatsby. You know the Gatsby, like the meme, like drinks the glass, and then there's like fireworks happening behind him. He looked like Gatsby, right? 2 ladies, one on each side, walking around. He would never walk without those 2 ladies not next to him. And I was like, holy. So I said, Ryan, come here. Your boy scored real big. He got 2 girls, 1 girl's each side. And then I found Mouth and I was like, oh, you know, good score tonight, huh? And then Mouth said, nah. And I said, what's wrong? And then he said, they both have boyfriends. And I was like, what? And then he said like, oh, they just want to have they were just having a conversation with me. And I'm like, yeah, but they have boyfriends. They both have boyfriends. And the Mouth is like, yeah, but it's okay. I had a good time. And I'm like, what? And then one of the boyfriend like came up to Mouth. And then, like, he was so huge, right? He was so huge. And Mouth is not a big guy. And he said, can I help you? And then he's like, no. And then she was like, oh, this was my drink buddy. Just leave him alone. It's okay. We can go. Bye. And then I was like, oh my gosh. And the other girl was like, oh, I gotta go too. Bye. And Mouth was just alone. Left alone, man. And he was trashed. My gosh, I have never seen him so trashed. That was like the most trashed Mouth I've ever seen. Oh. So like for the 2 times he scores 0. Chet takes these inspirational stories. In which part was inspirational? But now Mouth is married with 3 kids, right? Oh, who's gonna tell him?
Like Prozac, the Canadian cartoon band, said, I'm gonna sleep with myself tonight. No one else can harm me. You guys ever listen to Prozac when they went through their weird abstinence era? Although I'm really quite fond of you, my best intentions never turn out right. I'm gonna sleep with your dad tonight. Sorry.